say, kids, what time is it?
Hey everyone, Keith here with another quick thought on the Book of Boba Fett, and probably my final thought on Book of Boba Fett. In baseball, you get 3 strikes and you're out. In comedy, there's the law of threes. It's funny 3 times and that's it. You don't go any further. And for me, when I try a new episodic television series, I give it 3 solid episodes before I make up my mind whether or not to continue. And I gotta say, after watching episodes 2 and 3 of Book of Boba Fett, I think I'm done. What I can barely remember much about them. They were that forgettable. But I think the second episode was the one where he joined the tribe of Sand People, and it was almost an hour-long episode. I was drifting in and out of consciousness in the second half of the episode where he was like teaching them to ride speeder bikes and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it was kind of interesting to watch him build his own gaffy stick and whatnot, but it was really slow. The pacing was really bad, and it just wasn't interesting. It just this idea that he is locked on Tatooine, or he's going to spend his time on Tatooine as some kind of kingpin of crime or a Godfather, type mob boss, just doesn't appeal to me in the least bit. Boba Fett always came across in the Star Wars trilogy, the original Star Wars trilogy I'm talking about, as, a mysterious, adventurous type of character that would, and I think the enigma of Boba Fett would be far more interesting to explore than what's taking place here. And the fact that he's on Tatooine and we're just going down the familiarity checklist of Tatooine. I said this in my other Boba Fett video. Sarlacc pit, check. Jawas, check. Sand people, check. It's just like, enough's enough. And here's one of the biggest problems I have with it. So if you're gonna run with the premise that he's gonna be this mob boss on Tatooine and provide protection for money or whatever he's trying to do here, fine. If you want to explore something new, fine, okay? But this picture here illustrates the direction at least the show should be kind of going in. You should still not know who this man is. You should have lots of questions about him. The appeal of Boba Fett is the enigma. It's the mystery. Instead, we keep getting this. We get him taking his helmet off every 2 seconds. I mean, it is absolutely insane. It seems like every other scene he's in, he'll make one kind of semi-threatening or kind of tough statement with the helmet on, and then immediately pull it off. And there's something about Tamora Morrison, and I'm not knocking him as an actor or anything, but he's not exactly threatening with his helmet off. He just doesn't come across as a really scary kind of guy. I'm a big fan of the television show The Shield, starring Michael Chiklis. And Michael Chiklis' Vic Mackey character was downright terrifying. I draw the parallel there maybe because they're kind of, they're same kind of build. They're both bald. The same kind of physical characteristics to them. And Michael Chiklis was able to pull off being downright terrifying, despite being maybe 5'8" in height. Tamara Morrison doesn't do that for me, and it's a shame because there's nothing wrong with his acting or anything. He just taking his helmet off kind of defangs the character. You know what I mean? So. Anyway, so episode 2 has the whole 1 hour thing with the Sand People. Episode 3 is a little shorter, but again, it was kind of like Stephen Root walks in, and he, of course, he's on the throne with his helmet off, and Stephen Root tells him how nobody kind of respects him or anything, and then he goes into town to try to take care of this problem. The Mos Espa, I think the town was called, and when he gets there, he finds Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. and they've got these like really bright colored motorcycle bikes. They're like some kind of like power. I can't take credit for saying "Go Power Rangers" on this. It's been all over the internet, but seriously, I saw that, and when I watched it, I was trying to think, well, I'll come up with my own opinion on it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my god, they are the Power Rangers. Like it's borderline hilarious. Or I was thinking like maybe Voltron. They're gonna form this giant robot when they all combine their mecha together. It was awful, and I think one of the highlights of the third episode, or lowlights, was this high-speed chase. They were chasing like the mayor's admin through the town, and it was painfully bad. I used to work in higher ed, and I've seen a lot of student projects, and I could not believe Robert Rodriguez's name popped up at the end of this, because the way that chase was directed looked like a bad college student film. There was a high-speed chase that was moving borderline slow motion, and replacing things like the obligatory smash through a plate glass window with a painting of Jabba the Hutt. And just, oh wow, I was cringing. And while we're on the subject of the Hutts, this really drives me nuts too. Not only the fact that they're CGI, bad CGI Hutts, much like the Star Wars prequel Jabba the Hutt CGI, where the scale is all off. But the fact that, let's just say for the sake of argument, these two beings weigh maybe 2 tons each, maybe 1.5 tons each, and there's like 10 or 12 people holding up this chariot that they're on. These Hutt twins, no way, man. Not only that, it goes against like everything that we know about, since you're going to be on Tatooine and beat us over the head with, remember Tatooine, remember this stuff? Everything on Tatooine that was a mode of transport beyond a bantha was some kind of hover technology. Land speeders, hover barges, like all this kind of... Why would they not have a hover chariot? Why do we have 10 or 12 half-naked, like Egyptian-looking, ancient Egypt-looking people holding up this chariot with these 2 giant slugs on it? Makes absolutely no sense. It's total cringe. And you know what? The only thing I liked so far about the show was Black Chrysanthemum. I think that's how you say his name. I know he's from the comics. I don't read the comics. I'm not this huge Star Wars fan. I loved the original 3 movies as a kid. That's my love of Star Wars. It doesn't go really beyond that. I've never read books, beyond anything. I've never read comics, or I'm not into the whole canon. I don't care about the video games. I don't care about any of that external stuff. I've just watched all the films, and that's really my knowledge of Star Wars. This character was kind of cool, except that he lasted all of like 4 minutes before being dumped into the Rancor pit. And how did I forget about the Rancor? Yeah, that whole fiasco too, where Danny Trejo, the Hutts gift a Rancor to Boba Fett, and it's Danny Trejo, and it's, oh man, yeah, it was not good. The Rancor's sleeping, and they're petting it like a dog, and Boba wants to learn how to ride it, and I'm just kind of, tapped out. I don't think I want to... My time is very limited, and I don't think I want to spend any more time on this show going forward. It's a flop to me. It's a flop. It's a shame, because The Mandalorian worked. Yeah, it was flawed. Yeah, it had a couple of issues with it, but overall it was highly entertaining and a lot of fun. And to me, the character of The Mandalorian was actually Boba Fett. There was an air of mystery about him, and we don't get that here. We don't get that here at all. So anyway, I think I'm done. And with it goes Disney Plus for a while, because I only paid the extra. I subscribed to the ESPN Plus to watch hockey, and they threw in the Disney and the Hulu for like $6 more, and I don't use either of them So I think I'm going to be done with Disney Plus. So, hey, Bob Chapek, I know what you said recently about audience being number one and we want to get our subscribers up. This ain't the way to do it. You got to fix this stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. Give a thumbs up if you liked what I said here. Give a thumbs down if you didn't. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. That always helps us. And I will see you soon, hopefully with something more positive to say. All right. Talk to you soon, guys. Thanks. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up below. Also, please subscribe to GeekTime TV. It really helps us grow the channel. And make sure you hit that bell icon in order to receive notifications every time we drop new content here. You can also check us out on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at geektimenet. Thanks again for watching. We will see you soon.
Say, kids, what time is that?